And I love seeing him play a normal character in Veep. It made me so happy.
Yeah. Not
Oh,
some
man.
kind of like over the top. He's great at over the top, don't get me wrong, but just having like a not so character actor approach to something is like it's pleasant.
Now, I pitched something really weird to you, and I don't know if you found one, but I said pick one song at the end from a Pauly Shore movie. Did you find one?
I did not. Not even gonna lie. It was one of those things where I was like looking through, and I'm like, man, nothing's really like sitting with me. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna say "Mama Said Knock You Out" from Encino Man.
nothing.
So that's a good song right there.
That is a good. It's one of those songs where when you play it, you can play it in different capacities, and it works in different capacities as well. Like it kind of hits you in certain ways. Like you can listen to it's like, hey, this is a fun kind of, we're going to sing and dance along to it. But then there's other times where you put it on, you're like, let's fight somebody right now. Let's really.
Let's go into that gas station and just start swinging.
Yeah. I'm a loose cannon right now.
Yeah, that's a loose cannon move.
It is, but that song could go either way. That song could be a loose cannon song. It could be a Mad Dog song.
Mm-hmm.
Like it definitely toes that line.
Mad Dog's the guy in a what? I'm sorry. Sorry. I interrupted.
No, I'm just saying it works.
Mad Dog in a mosh pit would be the good mosher. A little intense, but he's not going to push you in the back or anything. He's just going to Mad Dog it. But a loose cannon's the one who pushes the person in the back and gives them whiplash in the pit.
And it hurts a little bit. You're like, hey, come on, man. Like, we're all having fun here.
Yeah. Like, why? Like, this isn't a hardcore show.
No.
You don't have to throw punches. You don't have to dance.
Ease up. I don't want that elbow hitting me in the face, Mom.
Mad Dog's over there not swinging.
He's the guy on the outside of the pit with his hand out a little bit, just to let you know, hey, I'm here. And you really shouldn't mess with me. And also, I'm protecting the people behind me.
You know what? I was a bouncer for many years, and we had hardcore shows at our bar. And I had to sit, so I had to make sure all the artists didn't rip out the speakers from the ceiling. So I would always have to like go grab them and pull them around and break up any fights. But then they also like to kick in the door of my owner. So he was also like the guy doing all the mixing for it. So I would stand at the door with like my fists out. And I let people dance. I let them have their fun because you just can't be like it's a hardcore show. Like you got to make sure that there's no like bullies in there because sometimes bullies get in the pits and you just got to take them out.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, come on, fellas.
Yeah. And I just look at them like, dude, come on. But when Jacksonville kids came over, that's when we had problems. But I would keep my like fists out, and then if anyone got a little too close, I would kind of give them like a little push kick, like not mean, just like, hey, come on, I know what you're doing. So that was my life for years, listening to those hardcore bands and trying to keep people from ripping speakers out of the ceiling.
And it's got to be tough too because they put out a lot of energy. You might not necessarily like the song or the band or whatever, but they put out some energy, and it's like I feel intense right now. Like I'm sweating just thinking about it.
Yeah, they're nuts, and the sets are only like 20 minutes, and then everyone's exhausted by the end of it. So, by the time the headliner comes in, everyone's exhausted. Yeah, exactly. Kids are just slipping all over the place, slipping, sliding. Well, hey, that was a random aside, but I really appreciate you joining me here, man, and just talking about this with me. I mean, Purple Rain and Encino Man and Tron Legacy. This was a blast.
Absolutely. I always enjoy being on the show because it's always something fun and exciting. Like, name another show where they do a draft for Purple Rain, for Tron Legacy. You're not going to find it anywhere.
Nowhere. And we're doing best movie jumps for the next episode.
Nice.
That's going to be a good one. Hey, you want to promote Radio Rehack?
Oh, I would love to. That's a perfect transition into some music. We obviously like music because we're sitting here talking about it. We also like film. But if you, the listener, enjoy some music, head over to mixcloud.com. I have a radio show. It's called Rehack Radio. It's about an hour long. Comes out every Tuesday. And it's just me. It's the music, some fun facts, some nice stories behind it. It's just it's a good old time, truly. And you can even type in the search bar a good old time, and it'll show up. I have that set.
Yes.
It's actually pretty cool how it works. But we're always mixing it up with the different music that we play, so feel free to check it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so much fun. You learn so many new you learn about a lot of new music. Listen to it, and I'll include it in the post as well, so people will be able to read it wherever they go. That. But hey, thank you so much for joining me, Nick.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
This was great. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Nick Rehack, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.